Kona means an awful lot. 1989 I did my first Ironman. Tried to qualify a couple of times, missed twice by 6 seconds, managed to get it this year. It's just really amazing coming here. Just the vibe of the place, the feel, just so much sort of history, and it's not really about the time, it's about finishing, and yeah, pretty amazing.
This challenge is more than just physical, definitely a mental challenge. Just glad I made it.
For me, Ironman is all about the challenge. You never know before the race what you're going to get. So I like the adventure aspect of it and finding where my limit is.
The Ironman is a way of life for our family. My husband's been racing for over 10 years. This is our 4th trip to Kona. He loves it and we love supporting him.
The World Championships at Kona is the culmination of all my hard work. It's where the very, very best Ironman athletes in the world gather, and it's the true test. It's my opportunity to race against the best athletes in the world. It's the biggest challenge in our sport. It's always nerve-wracking at the start of the swim. You have the butterflies in your stomach. I always try and look over at the mountain and the sun rising over the mountain, and that's a very special moment. It's actually, you know, a moment of peace. Then the gun goes off and it's a free-for-all. I sustained some injuries from a bike crash 2 weeks prior to the race, and I'd hurt various parts of my body, and I knew that the swim was going to be very painful for me. So I was actually more apprehensive and nervous than normal during the swim. I came out in a slower time than normal, but it was relatively pain-free and enable me to carry on. You come out of the water, unzip your skin suit, you take your hat and goggles off, you grab your transition bag, put your sunglasses on, your race belt, and then you do the long run around the transition to get to your bike. That run always seems interminably long, but it's yeah, you get onto the bike, and then you've got the 180 kilometers of lava fields ahead of you. It's very important in the initial stages of ride not to panic, not to go out too fast, and settle into your own pace. So I tried to do that. I tried to bike the whole ride at a consistently hard effort, but at a controlled pace. The first, few miles are in and out of town, and you have to be quite careful on some of the turns, and then you're out onto the Queen K, and it's a 60 kilometer stretch of highway ahead of you with the heat rising up and the sun beating down on you. I hand my bike to the volunteers, and again there's a long run around transition. You grab your run bag and quickly make the change into your running shoes, socks, running shoes, and then yeah, it's out onto the run. And this year I was determined to run as fast as I possibly could in the initial stages of the marathon. After about 10 miles, it's up onto the Queen K highway, where it's a little bit more lonely, save for the aid stations, but it's actually a little bit cooler up there because you get the breeze blowing. The final mile actually passes in a little bit of a blur, and I try so hard to soak it up and put it in my bank of memories, but it really is such a whirlwind of emotion. It's a very, very, very special moment, and one that I'll never forget, and that I treasure forever.
She's enjoyed it 3 times before, but this one might be the sweetest victory. There she is, your 2011